This is a special edition of WeatherScope with the latest winter storm update.
Well, good afternoon to you. Good evening. Thanks for joining us here at the Weather Channel. Of course, we're here in the Forecast Center as we are covering another major winter storm on this harsh winter of 95-96. Our satellite photograph continues to show exactly where this storm is. It's covering portions of the Mid-Atlantic and the Deep South, some snow to the north, freezing rain in between, and showers and thunderstorms North Florida into southern Georgia. Something interesting that has been developing here on our satellite photograph, this dry slot of air coming into Alabama working quickly to the northeast. That may tend to shut down some of the precipitation just a little bit quicker, but still areas of significant icing are going to continue across southern Appalachians. And tomorrow we will continue to watch the Mid-Atlantic late tonight into tomorrow as the snow continues to fall. Our snow history, where has the snow been? Well, areas in Tennessee and Union County and also Anderson County, northern Greene County, 14 to 16 inches of snow. So we can see that little white area, take that right on up into Virginia, also into Calvert County, Maryland, and right over to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, a good solid 12 to 15 inches of snow. Indeed, this is very unusual. Many times you in Baltimore and over to D.C., you're the ones that pick up the snow, and over to Salisbury and Ocean City you miss out. But this time around, that really has not happened. So that is where the snow has been. Snow continuing in Tennessee, and the wind picking up too. In fact, Jeff, I think probably the cold is worse now than the snow.
It's turned into a brutal afternoon here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. We're about 25-30 miles southeast of Nashville, and quite a dramatic change during the course of the day. The wind has really picked up during the day, and the temperature has just plummeted. When we were out early this morning, the temperature was about 18 degrees, but I've got to say that it's a lot less than that now. But really the big thing is the wind. Wind's blowing, I'd say consistently 15-20 miles an hour, putting the wind chill down about 20 to 25 below at least. And it's really, really hard to stand out here in those kinds of conditions. Traffic's moving fairly freely, as you can tell. There's still very much ice-covered roads. What we're looking at is an interchange here with Interstate 24 as it comes south out of the Nashville area toward Murfreesboro. This is a side road, U.S. Route 231. It is ice-covered. Still a little bit of a problem here, but most folks seem to be making their way along the roads here pretty well. They're just taking their time. Four-wheel drive's definitely the way to go tonight. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Jeff, for that report. Well, speaking about snow and ice in Tennessee, we have also seen some snow and a little bit of that ice up across areas of the Mid-Atlantic. We can show you the latest of what we have with this storm. In fact, the orange is the roughest condition, stretching from the Hampton Roads area across North Carolina now to North Georgia. In fact, I have a report at Marietta. Temperature has just dropped to freezing. So in the Atlanta suburbs to the north, that is where we're looking at the biggest possibility of some icing even right now. The latest radar continues to show that storm progressing to the northeast. We can now head to Washington, D.C., where Jill Brown is standing by with, I believe, a little bit of snow. Is it still snowing, Jill?
Yes, Rich, actually the snow has finally begun to pick up again. We had 2 to 3 inches during the overnight and early morning hours. Winter storm warnings were canceled at that time, and it was quiet all day long as they started with the closings and kept people home or sent them home early in anticipation of the next round of snow, which is now with us. So winter storm warnings are in effect again here in Washington, D.C. You're looking back over Independence Avenue towards the Lincoln Memorial, and you can see traffic's moving nice and smoothly this evening. We've had very few reports of any problems or accidents on the roadways, in spite of the fact that now we've gone from wet roadways back to snow-covered roadways. There hasn't been a whole lot of accumulation yet this go around, but it is now covering the roadways, which were salted and sanded today. Snow plows are ready, but I'm guessing not out yet. There's really not enough snow yet to plow, but looks like things are going to get worse as the evening wears on. So good timing on this one for Washington. The snow picks up right at the end of rush hour. We'll see the heaviest during the overnight hours, and hopefully most folks will not have to get out in about tomorrow morning when there could be as much as 10 inches of snow on the ground.
Sort of interesting, Jill. Actually, D.C. missed the first shot of snow heading over to the eastern shore, and now it looks like you may not miss that second shot of snow. What sort of effect has the minimal amount of snow today had on air traffic in Washington?
Well, we just checked with the airports, and they are operating normal schedules at this point. So if you have an early flight this evening, you're probably okay. But as the snow picks up during the later evening hours, I'm sure we're going to start hearing about some delays.
Okay, thank you very much, Jill. Speaking about the snow, there's still plenty of it to come, as Jill was mentioning, especially up to the big cities in the east. We can show you the latest radar, and into the mid-Atlantic, this is still where a brunt of the storm is, and all of this to the north, that is snow. Although around Richmond today, we've seen some of a mix, and even as far east as Greenville, a little bit of freezing rain. Now over to Marietta, just northwest of Atlanta, temperature has dropped down to 32, so if you're heading up 75 or even up 85. That's going to be a little bit later, but North Georgia still looking like it is going to be a little bit icy. But look what we have here. Essentially, the drying line really beginning to move into eastern Alabama. The heaviest of the precipitation may be ending now, but we still have a pocket here of light snow, so maybe some minor accumulations still possible into northern Mississippi and Alabama. Certainly some treacherous travel conditions, especially north of Atlanta, then across central areas of North Carolina. Heading up 95 out of North Carolina into Virginia and right up through Maryland into southern New England, we will be looking at snow. The heaviest of the snow again may be into central Virginia and up into the eastern.
Of snow that's going to be moving through Texas and on through the southeast again through the day tomorrow. Needless to say, D.C., New York City, Philadelphia getting some snow overnight tonight, and into the day tomorrow it will be coming to an end. The west will